going campaign or horde. I want to do the campaign, but I think I want to check out horde first. So yeah. Alright, so let's do the horde. This is Joe Bomb Squad, and we're doing some stuff and stuff like that. Also, I got myself a new coffee mug. It's pretty tight. It's Mario. I got it for $10, basically. Pretty cool. And let's see see what kind of coffee mugs they sell. See if I can get a bulk of them, and see if I can sell them online or something like that. Alright, let's do this. I want to do horde, maybe. So we got options, I guess. Yeah, let's figure out the campaign first. Let's do evil has taken over Germany, fight for your life and save the world from oblivion. Okay, that's a campaign. Okay. Alright, let's do a quick match. Let's just go solo play, because I don't think there's anybody online in this one. Let's go select
Carl Fairburn, OSS operative, folk Dr. Ephraim Schweiger, academic researcher, former pacifist and skeptic, would rather be in a library. Avoided conscription by assisting the Nazis research their favorite obsession, the occult. Anya Bokareva, amateur sharpshooter, patient, deliberate, and patriotic. Gave up rifle sports and her university studies to serve in the military when Germany invaded the Soviet Union. Marie Chevalier, resistance fighter, independent and single-minded, dreams of owning a vineyard.
France.
Executed Marie
Selected.
Chevalier.
Done. Select difficulty. Gravity will affect bullets and your scope will slightly less steady. Initial ammunition is slightly reduced as healing rate, rate. Enemy spawner show. Current number of players and enemy spawns will set the appropriate number of players. Gravity will affect bullets. Marksman. Gravity. Okay, we'll go. We're done. We're done. We'll go with marksman. Select chapter. Let's go with episode 1. And start game. Alright, I'm doing a solo mission, so this is probably pretty fun, maybe. I like zombie games, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna Allied forces in Germany. That's basically the World War setup.
My Führer, the war is lost. Surrender is our only option.
Hopefully the zombies make up for the fact that of the historical inaccuracies. Shit.
The fatherland will not fall! Execute Plan Z!
Plan Z. We're gonna probably look past
Germany
the fact
is
that it
shrouded
has.
in darkness.
Okay, what's my
Nazi
ammo?
zombie.
Rifle, Springfield.
You are one of
Rifle's
the
highest
few
rate of
remaining
fire
living
available.
soldiers
Semi-automatic
in
action is complemented by
You
highest
have
zoom
arrived
level
at an
through low
abandoned
muscle
village,
velocity means
en route
wind
to
and gravity
Berlin,
effects are
hoping to
amplified.
find a working vehicle.
Let's go with the one with the most powerful one, but the most accuracy as well. Potent Russian rifle, belts with decent zoom and high bullet velocity, Bolt action reload fuzz slows the firing rate. Secondary weapon. Compact single barrel pump action shotgun. Sports 6-round tubular. Let's see if we can find another one. Further effective range, MP44 superior MP40, however slightly less damage output should be considered. Russian PPSH is a vastly higher rate of fire compared to the submachine guns. Recoil from this, however, can cause it to be less accurate and more difficult to control. Machine gun grants superior accuracy and damage, however, ammunition is scarce and it suffers from slower rate of fire. But move boosts 8-round clip and improved accuracy. Landmine, trip mine, and dynamite. So I can set up traps. Okay, cool. MP44 is pretty good. High rate of fire for the effective range. However, less damage output should be consideration. Alright, I'm going to shoot for the head. And Russian rifle balance with decent zoom and high bullet velocity. The bolt action reload slows the firing rate. Okay, bolt action reload slows the firing rate. I have a long range, I have a short range, and I have an emergency. Okay, remaining items 0. Okay, your pistol with let's start game. Confirm loadout. These are terrible graphics, but it's okay. Alright, this is pretty good. This is actually really fun. It's like a PUBG. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, let's see if there's scarce bullet damage. Got him. Nice. This is actually really fun. Okay, cool. This is awesome. Okay, let's go over the topic and make it to where we can really do some stuff. That's my objective over there, I think. And yeah. Just testing out my weapons, basically. Alright, we got 2 of them. Okay, this is really cool. Got him. Let's see if we can... Oh, nice, he got resurrected. A little bitch. Got him. Headshot. Nice. Okay, I need to hold to search it. Alright. So I'm coming up with a topic. I like these kinds of games sometimes, this texture mapping kind of thing. It helps me, I just shot a zombie inside of a building. And that is a little bit of the graphics part come through. And, let's see, checkpoint. Let's see if there's anybody in here. I think there's somebody in here. Alright, there's a dude there. Head. He's still moving around, kind of. Got him. Oh shit, I just got resurrected again. So anyway, let's stop the resurrections. I think. I really wish they would just, Seriously? Man, I need to go over to my... Got him. What? Yes. Got 78 bullets in this one, so... There's no zombies right here, so I'm going to keep moving backwards. Hopefully no. Come on, you fucker. Headshot. Alright, 30 MP40. This game is actually really fun. I'm gonna like this one, and I'm very happy with it. It's pretty strategic, and it's pretty cool. And it's pretty cool and strategic. Alright. Pretty cool and strategic, and strategically cool. Strategically cool. Alright, so I'm gonna start looking in more buildings and stuff like that, see if I can make get a pick up Luger. No, I don't think that. Pick up Takarakov. Let's see. I don't know how to go my freaking handgun yet. 33 and 40. It seems as though there's like berries moving about. This is like the PUBG version of zombies, so I'm pretty happy with it. It's very happy with it. It's really cool. PUBG version of Nazi zombies. It's pretty cool. 22 bullets. 22 bullets from it. MP44. 8 Takara. This is so cool. It's target practice, but they'll get faster, I think. Son of a bitch, you got this one. 68 bullets, and... Alright, Alright, we're gonna go through here and hopefully find some zombies again to murder. That's fun. Got 2 of them. Awesome. Damn it. How many headshots? I got a lot of headshots. That's pretty good. Alright, it's 63 bullets still. Let's do the checkpoint. Can't wait to get the horde. It's gonna be cool. I like this kind of pacing. Alright, I don't know, I kind of go over like frustrating things. If you ever had like a frustrating thing happen to you and like sometimes you don't know how to react, or you feel as though you're working too hard or doing something too much. Oh, that was really waiting for that noise. There he is. So cool. Oh yeah, boy. This is definitely a tough zombies. I'm appreciating the hell out of it, so it's pretty cool. Take care of. Oh, I have no ammo, basically. God damn it, this sucks. God damn it. I gotta do that. shit, he's resurrected again. You get harder and harder, I think, as you go on. I think you can check out this suitcase. No. That's really cool. Old shotgun. I need to pick up something. I have 12. For the shotgun. Upstairs are probably weak. Or upstairs. There he is. How's it going, guys? Alright, let's jump down. Maybe it's like a mixture between, oh, this is like a mixture between Left 4 Dead and PUBG. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. A little bit. Let's see if I have any bullets. Where are the bullets at? Alright, we have 24. What other guns do we need? Luger, Colt, MP40. Alright, we're good. I think. Okay, we're going out the other door. Yeah, 100. Awesome. Helmet off. Yeah! Fucking tight. That's so tight. Oh my god, that was awesome. I'm a video game addict sometimes when it comes to stuff, so. Oh my god, yes! This is so tight. This reminds me of, right in the scalp. Yes. It's pretty tight. Oh man, this is pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get back out of the shotgun. I will not negotiate with the there. There we go. Pistol ammo full. Oh, this is so cool, dude. This is so awesome to do. This is so great. I wonder if you can open the store. Oh well. I think I did it. I'm amazing. And I got him right in the cheekbone. Oh, this is really cool, man. This is really cool. Alright. explosive kill. Nice. This is so much fun, dude. And I hope it gets better, because the horror is going to be awesome. Campaign's pretty cool. And I'm going to come up with a topic at some point. But yeah, I come up with like frustrating things sometimes. I get frustrated. And I think the reason why I get frustrated is because okay, there's somebody over there. Somebody, oh, of course. There's a bunch of explosives. That's pretty cool. Hold to pick up grenades. Grenades. I didn't even use my stuff yet. That's pretty cool. Let's check out this room. Totally a shotgun ammo. These are all like grenades and stuff, and mines to put down. I don't even know what, like, I'm just getting headshots basically. Oh shit, there's a lot of them. There we go. Oh my god, this is insane. Holy shit. Now I realize why you gotta put the mines down. Oh shit. This is awesome, dude. Left. Got him. Here we go. Yeah, let's do this. Trip mine, I guess, and I'm gonna get them from here, right here. I need. Strategic with my stuff. Need to get out of here. Oh, I died. Oh well. That was fun to do. I'm gonna set up some stuff this time. This is pretty cool. This is a restart checkpoint. Awesome. Oh, that was so cool. Okay, are there any zombies coming? Okay, I'm gonna set up something. Okay, I'm gonna set up some stuff right here. Here we go. Maybe I need an automatic, and then I get the rifle and get them down, I guess. I'm gonna get this trip mine, then another trip mine. Need more trip mines. See, I can see that explosive right there. I can catch that with the rifle. These dudes coming up here, I want to be able to put something down. Load mine, put that down right here where this body is. And another load mine right at the top of the stairs, somewhere where they'll group up. I think like right here. Maybe they'll group up right here. I think they'll group up right here. And another one. Let's see if I can get a gun downstairs. Yeah, we need to get 2 more landmines. Or not load mines, landmines. Set up this stuff to explode. Set up this one to explode, and I think there's more to come. So I think I'm gonna set up all these dudes get up, and there's more to come. So I'm gonna set up this stuff to explode, I guess. Maybe that'll be like really weird. I think I should set up this one closer to it to explode. And landmine, trip mine, grenades. Okay, all these grenades is probably something better. I think I should take my grenades and out the window they go, I guess. These trip mines, I think, will probably set off something, and then... Alright, let's see here. There's probably a couple that's going to come in, like this dude right here. And, okay, we're ready. Investigate's going. Alright, let's already get up here because we're going to have a bunch of dudes get up right now, and we're going to get to our stuff. And if it doesn't explode, then I'll just explode it with the rifle. See, they're coming up right now. You can see them in the background. Here they come. We should stay up close to get them when they come in. Nope. I shouldn't, because there's explosives right here and it'll do no damage. Murdered a lot of them. Let's see if we can catch a few stragglers. There's more. this thing, and there we go. There we go. Just put up these little guys for me. Checkpoint complete. Yay! That was awesome. Alright, let's see if we can find some bodies with some loot. Some stuff. Maybe we'll just get some of these grenades and landmines. Do I have any? Oh man, I don't have to. There's a trip mine. Those are trip mines, I think. Some more grenades. Is the cult better? I have Stalin, rat grenade. Okay. 695, 6. We're gonna get an automatic. We're just gonna get the automatic. And alright, here we go. Okay. But yeah, frustrating things. Lots and lots of frustrating things have happened in my lifetime. They're not exactly tragic, I guess. Some of them are very tragic, I guess. But not exactly all the time tragic, but some things very frustrating. And when I think those things happen, I seem to forget that son of a bitch, where are they coming from? They're coming from everywhere. God damn it. But I think what matters to frustrations and how you handle them, I guess. It speaks to your kind of professional ability, you know? It matters not just what you do when you're fresh, when you're ready to take on the day, but it matters what you do when you're bored and you're fucking annoyed and you're assed out. And it's not like you put on a face or you put on a smile and everything's better or something like that. It's just are you going to do you allow your emotions to take the better of you and take over what you believe to be your sanity, I guess? Not really your sanity, but your We'll do 100, literally 120. There we go. Okay, got 71 bullets left. And low on ammo. 95. Let's see if we can take out these stragglers with some. I find it a lot of times whenever I go through frustrating or not like too bad of things, I guess, but when I go through frustrating kind of situations and stuff, I kind of sit back and kind of just try to relax a little bit in the moment. And I take a deep breath and count maybe 5, maybe 10 seconds, and things seem to be just a little bit better, you know. I know that there's a bigger objective whenever you're actually looking towards stuff, and a bigger objective whenever you're when you're actually getting Type 99. What's that? I think a lot of times what I do for the most parts of my a lot of times what I do to be able to curb my enthusiasm or my emotions, or not like completely like put it on a mantle or something like that and save it for a rainy day or something, but realize that eventually, like the way that I guess our ancestors and even a generation before us lived, or sometimes it just didn't work as far as variables go, as far as people trying to actually make lives for themselves. It just, I mean, in some cases it's inhospitable, you know, it's inconceivable sometimes. how many conditions people used to live in, how many skills people used to realize that I realized that a lot of times I was setting myself up for for an insignificant means of God damn it, get away from there. Get away from God. Even though that was a area I couldn't go into, I should have realized I really should have realized it. Oh well. I noticed that a lot of times whenever people actually get to know themselves as far as when they get older and they realize that the stuff they thought was important isn't that important, and what really needs to happen, I guess, is for them to start pampering themselves a lot more whenever they do feel as though they need to put themselves first, because we don't have unselfish thoughts. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna give this thing to that dude, and just be like, oh my god, hey, I gave this thing to you. That's cool, bro. That's cool, right? And you're just like, yeah. That's cool, thank you very much. And also, it's like that's the trade-off you get. Like, I mean, and I guess when you're getting paid to do something, it's still not unselfish. You know, it's just, I mean, obviously, it's just you're doing it to be able to make sure you can get means and to be able to buy food and stuff. But also too, when you get used to a certain like aspect of life, or a certain calling, I guess, sometimes people can be like, I don't know what it is. People, it's not meant to be like stupid or mean, but it comes out as mean because like, or maybe it comes off as meaner than it actually is, because the person is just looking for a rise or something like that. Like there's a bunch of other stuff that I saw on Twitter and a whole bunch of different stuff that I saw on Facebook that makes me think that that people are looking to get a rise out of like America and a whole bunch of different other countries and stuff like that, because they want their money basically, and they're in shambles right now sometimes, and a whole bunch of different stuff is just making sure that people don't do the right things. And I really wish that like they would understand, or people would understand that, like, I mean, like, we're not enemies, and then I mean, just rival companies basically. It's like that's the reason why the presidents all, and the prime ministers, and the freaking and the supreme commanders all think that somehow they're just gonna like, oh my god, we're gonna build this world peace thing. But it's like, you don't build it. It's like it meshes together. People who want to talk together will talk together. People who want to talk will talk. And if you want to be able to create this kind of world where people are like, because I see the envisionment of what people actually think is like their end goal of things sometimes, and I'd see their end goal with the whole Bernie Sanders thing, and oh my god, being a socialist isn't that bad, and no, it's like, it kind of is, you know, but it's like, it's not being bad, it's just doing things that will eventually make you bankrupt, like saying that everyone deserves the same amount of food. They do, but sometimes people need more food, like when they're sick, or when they're tired, or they need a certain kind of food. And then with I think what they would say is universal health care is this like, oh, it's a shining beacon of just amazingness, and also weed should be all legal, and it should be. But there are many things in our environment, and outside growers and inside growers know this, that eat at the plants, or that kill the plants, or that make the plants poisonous. Like, all that stuff. Like, there's so many different things so many different factors you have to take into account to be able to pay for if that thing doesn't happen, basically. And that's, I think, the reason why they came out with the wax and all the other different stuff, because it'd be grown in a singular area, and they can be shipped to different states and all that other different stuff. But you have to think about that too, is if you smoke or ingest something that's from another area, are you getting your system used to a temperature that's maybe a temperature clause? Like, if it's something is grown in a desert climate, okay? It doesn't matter if they're grown inside or outside. Eventually, the outside gets inside because of ventilation and a whole bunch of different other stuff, and a whole bunch of different stuff like that. So thinking about all that stuff, you can't exactly have a one-size-fits-all sort of mentality, because eventually you'll run into roadblocks, like what happens when this dude that's overweight, he's trying to fix his body up to make him seem more like delectable towards the opposite sex or to the same sex, and he's trying to. I mean, I'm not talking about myself or anything like that. I'm talking about a hypothetical situation where someone runs into a roadblock whenever they're trying to do something. And it seems like all these places got all this support, and then and they didn't realize that kind of government doesn't work. It, like, with ever-changing environmental cues and ever-changing environmental things, like, the shit has to work on time. Like, if every single person was paid, if every single bill was paid on the same amount, and we had a cap on every single thing that we actually have in the country, like, say for instance, they don't understand that human trafficking is wrong in Iran. They just think that it's somehow they're creating miracles and doing something for the community. But take into example the fact of the desert sand and all those other different things. If somehow the thing gets out of the container, or somehow within delivery the person just crashes the truck or anything like that, those organs or those things don't get to those people. So they say, oh my God, we got to do it on the black market, and we got to do it up. Those people will die no matter what after that. If those people don't get their certain organs that they need, other than a kidney, basically, that they need to be able to survive, or to be able to like live through the process of losing an organ or anything like that, they need to be able to come up with plans to be able to have a surplus. And no, they can't have a community pool, because if you have a community pool, everyone takes from that pool, okay? As everyone takes from that pool, that thing gets lower. If people keep paying their money into that community pool, okay? Watch what I'm saying, okay? Watch what I'm saying. If people keep paying money into that community pool, okay? So they're taking out so many different things, or some odd different stuff for taxes and everything like that. What happens if there's an emergency? There's a fire, there's a flood, there's anything. They take out the money to be able to pay for a whole bunch of different stuff. But think about also the location of everything, okay? The location, okay? It's different everywhere you go across the board. Okay? Everywhere you go across of everything, okay? Every single place in the world has a different kind of temperature, different kind of thing. People need to understand that if they're going to come up with a socialist environment, they need to first be able to create and destroy, or be able to create and destroy every disease and virus ever known to man, or else socialism would break down within 20 to 30 years. And then another superlative dictator, because that's what happens, basically, is those things, they don't realize that there's other people that need to, it's focusing on every single internal thing. You need someone looking outside, And that person has a job to do. That person is going to have responsibilities, and all over town basically doing the same thing sometimes. And within universal healthcare, not every doctor has the same opinion. Okay? Not every doctor has the same opinion too. So realize that, okay? So you're not getting the same service everywhere, all right? So that means that universal healthcare will make one doctor work over another doctor. Yeah. I'm agreeing with myself. One doctor who's better than another doctor will work everywhere, and then other doctors who aren't as good or didn't study as much or hadn't been specialists, they won't work as much. They'll work in the hospitals and different areas and oversee surgeries and do different things like that, or do different surgeries or different diagnoses, and they won't make as much, or they'll think they're not making as much. They'll think they're not being respected in society. And throughout society in America, we give free things away to people who take a pay cut, basically. They give like free things to doctors and firefighters and police officers and all that other different stuff. Where does that go? Where does that go when everything happens? It's like, oh, everyone can just stop respecting authority and all those other different things in that system, and then realize, who are they going to give that to? Are they going to give that to bartenders or anything like that? Or get a discount or anything like that when you work at a certain place? Like, every single job has a certain discount or a certain thing, okay? What happens if that person who's buying that product has gone there for years, gone there forever, like basically like built the entire establishment because of their money? What happens when that person wants a discount? And if they get that discount, is that fair to the person who's actually, it's like, man, there's so many complications when you come down to the small stuff, and you realize that it makes social injustices, and it makes people believe that there's some sort of thing out there making them not. It just doesn't work with American society. It really doesn't. And within the socialist construct, you're gonna see different people to see different things, and there's like, oh my god, it works with like some stuff but just not other stuff. And I see it like every single day. Like how many people say that there's injustices going on, and believe that too is as far as universal healthcare will go, and universal healthcare goes, what happens to protest? Like, what happens to free speech? Seeing as how every doctor does the same thing now, or will be doing the same thing, or studying the same stuff, where will free speech go? Because we get all the same things. Because all the same things happen, and everyone studies the same thing. And then sometimes not in the exact way. So some people will have better health care, and other people won't. It's like, it's a nightmare, dude. It really is a nightmare. And, okay, free college. All right. Think about this for a second. All right. It's actually a better idea than anything else, I think. Free college means that not only will professors be unrespected, but information will flow freer. Okay. Say, for example, someone is autistic, or an idiot savant, or someone who is easily manipulated by suggestion. Okay, that person goes into college and decides that he wants to get an education. Where does he want to go after he graduates from high school? How many ever years it takes, because they allow them to go gradual through different parts of high school and things like that. How does that affect a person's graduation status, basically? It's like a free school with, okay, they would have to understand that every free school that you go to, every single free school that you ever even thought about going to, has a student limit. Like, every single one of them has a student limit. Like, they can't just take in as many people as possible. Like, there's a student limit per class, right? So taking that into consideration, how long will the professors have to work in order to be able to accommodate almost every single student that has actually even done things up so far? How much tutoring after class will almost every single student need to be able to catch up with the kids who have already learned that stuff in high school? And for example, and actually this is the reason why I want football to be in leagues in high school, because it separates kids socially. It makes chicks believe that other dudes are hot and then other dudes aren't. It just makes this society, especially with kids that are easily susceptible to change, and they don't have great home lives, or not to say they don't have great home life, but they don't go immediately home basically to be able to. I mean, it's just, I just don't get it. I just don't get a lot of times where there's this kids who's like really, really smart and really educated, and he could like talk his way around all those other different things that a dude for that plays football could ever do. But even still, when he goes to football, he'll feel better about going to football because he's not being berated by his teachers. Because it's just, there is so many different reasons why it's so different to be able to do that. And I think that even, and in some cases, football shouldn't even be taught in colleges. Yeah. They should have their own separate leagues, because it has made every single smart student that has been actually wanting to do something turn into like some monstrous people who just don't believe in America or anything. And when this started out, or when this was conceived, it wasn't meant to be and it was pursued by all races. You have to understand that as well. There were black people that weren't slaves in the North, that didn't come here as slaves. Like, they didn't come here as slaves. They had people who just migrated over. Like, they have a bunch of people that have done that. And then I don't think why everyone uses that excuse, or anyone says they should feel guilty about that stuff, because that's literally no one that ever was related to me or even around me at the time of my conceiving. And maybe it's like my stepdad or anyone like that, but it's not his fault that his grandparents owned slaves, or his great-grandparents owned slaves. Great-grandparents. Not his fault. It's not his fault that his mom abused him when he was younger. It's not his fault. That's the reason why he gets out his anger sometimes. And in some cases, I'm there to witness it. And also, there's a lot of different things that are involved in the way that people just don't give themselves enough credit. They think that somehow the world is working against them, or the tides of time are just waiting to catch them under the crest of a wave or something like that. Those frustrating things really make me angry to no extent. And to no measurable extent, at least. And a lot of times it's like you don't understand what a society goes through sometimes. Whenever people are pushed into a certain onto a certain hole, or a certain cubby hole of markings, of telling the person who they are, or telling the person how it's supposed to be done, or how culture is, or anything like that. You don't understand that culture doesn't listen to the people who just constantly say things all the time about culture. They listen to the people who actually make stuff. Like, I mean, I don't even know Satchmo or Louis Armstrong. I don't know any of those people. But I know that eventually he became like an amazing person. But I also know that a lot of celebrities almost killed people. So there's that. So, I mean, there are a lot of times when I see frustrating things or frustrating. If anyone wants to make something happen, like if anyone wants to realize certain things that are actually going on in society, and really understand the things that are actually being the deciding factors with somebody actually pulling the gun on someone, or pulling a knife on someone, or telling them that they're going to be robbed, or just straight up stabbing them for no reason, because it's actually happened before a lot of times. I think what we're doing is taking everything that we understand as a whole, okay? We're taking every single thing inside all of our country as experiences that we've tried to experience, or things that we've tried to experience. When you take things and realize that we are united by state and government, and there's so many different things that work in government to be able to make government, and people, there's a whole bunch of laws that people don't even enforce anymore because of the fact that it's just not profitable. Like, they tried it, they're stupid, they're dumb, and they're idiotic, and they won't do it again. Like the whole gay sex fellatio in public sort of thing, like there's a rule against it. It's like, if they ever find it inside your house, if they ever find someone doing that inside of the house to you, it's illegal search and seizure, because they came into your home and found it. Immediate. It's like evidence, okay? So if you come into someone's house and find some odd bags of whatever it is, realize it's a legal search and seizure, because they were doing something, looking somewhere else for something else, usually. If they're investigating for any sort of reason, even if they have a warrant, it's still a legal search and seizure, because they weren't initially looking for that. That's the loophole that everyone seems to just forget about whenever someone ever even comes to their house or anything like that. They just forget about it at all. They're just like, oh my God, I know my rights. It's just like, no, you don't know your rights. Your rights to remain silent, and everything that you say will and can be used against you in the court of law. That's the first one. The one you don't have to say anything, even if they're in your home telling you you're terrible. Just stay quiet. That's all. Just like, okay. That's it. Even if you're shirtless or you don't know what's going on or anything like that. So realize, and also realize that the reason why they throw those outlandish charges on people sometimes is because they're looking for something else. Like they found out from someone else that someone was doing something in that place, and you may or may not be completely or utterly or completely not be involved. And that's their investigation. That's like, it's not really a charge if you can basically go to court and like dumb it down and just say that like, no, it's not gonna happen. You're okay. You know? But also realize that like there's people out there that don't realize the situations at hand sometimes. It's like, that's the reason why I talk about zombies, and I like zombies a lot. It's because it's a statistical anomaly, okay? There is a one in I'd say a couple gagillion chance of something mutating and actually hating humans so much, or loving humans so much that they want to physically eat it. If we were to go into a part of a universe where there's a creature that's roaming around somehow, and then it somehow sends down its like a pod or something like that, all that stuff is like completely and utterly bonkers. Like it's not bonkers completely, but there's such little of a chance of it actually happening. It's sort of like a wake-up call to people, and to say that, like, you know what? If you realize that this stuff is possible, what other things can you realize that's positive that you can understand, that's like completely and utterly feasible, like unbelievably applicable and completely and utterly attainable? Like, I think, for example, that Microsoft and the Silicon Valley is literally controlling the entire world of electronics. And Japan, basically. And China. I think that it controls a lot of different stuff, because you see a lot of game systems and a lot of different things, people, a whole bunch of different stuff be used and made and stuff like that. But what you're not seeing is where it comes from, how it gets there, and who's benefiting from it as well. Like say for example, the Hong Kong deal with China and stuff like that. They let it be their own country. They knew that they'd be taking back Hong Kong into China, okay? But what they didn't know is the statistics they would get from what they always got from a whole bunch of different stuff, and not realizing that when they got it, it was when Hong Kong had a natural resource that was mineable and also croppable, okay? That's the reason why Hong Kong had that stuff. When you have natural resources close by, and you're able to make sure that those things get to a certain area or a certain thing, because when you have certain areas, you have rice farms and a whole bunch of different other stuff like that, but you also have mountain fragging, okay? They've done it before, and they've done a lot of different stuff to be able to create new stuff, and when everything bleeds into everything, okay? That's the reason why selling socialism or any construct of non-bureaucracy is just extremely and utterly taxing sometimes. Or it's just the reason why I think a lot of times it's taxing, because you'll run out of funds before you ever get to doing any good, you know? You'll run out of funds completely before you ever get to doing any good. Like your roads, your roadways, your everything. Like you're like, oh my God, I'm so set on fixing these rights of these people. But you know what's a bigger thing? You know what? A bigger thing is us sinking into oblivion. And people don't have rights. And then a whole bunch of different other stuff. And then there's just all this money that's being raised to be able to give us a coast, or redo coral reefs in Florida, or pick up all the oil and a whole bunch of different stuff that actually happens that gets you to thinking that maybe all these things are happening for a reason, and then all that other stuff just goes out the window, and you just go on this wild tangent about how freaking whatever the fuck people are just, oh my God, these people are terrible, and I can't believe they would do this to me. All the other stuff. So realize that you don't lose your actual MP44. Maybe. And that's why people actually go towards that thing, because they feel as though that the system needs to be shaped. Not the whole like thing, but the system that we're doing, or the system of ideas that we're actually even processing, needs to be shaken, or needs to be built up to be something else, because it's not being what it needs to be. But understandably so, we make it what it is, so why don't we change it easily? By not throwing just money at the problem, or just human rights at the problem, but understanding that the more and better that stuff that we have, the more and better things that we understand, the more and better things that we create that innovate food industry, and eventually, you don't realize this, but we'll all be eating genetically modified materials. Like it's a fact. Like our food source is definitely running out. Like there's been droughts over years and years and years, and eventually we'll be eating like protein packs, basically. Just protein packs to keep us enough to where we'll be able to go through the entire day, and yeah, basically. But that's not the future, okay? The future is being able to find a way around that, be able to find a way through that, and then also have something else like strawberries and a whole bunch of different other stuff, like being able to create steak from just nothing, or being able to grow it or be able to grow an animal in so many some odd hours instead of so many some odd days. You know, like that. Understanding that meat doesn't taste any different than the ones that they're tasting, like right now. And they're gonna understand, like eventually, a whole bunch of people are going to understand is that the whole reason why they wanted us in the what is it, the climate change deal is because it was an opening, okay, for a whole bunch of other deals that they were going to try to force upon people and a whole bunch of other different things, because they knew that a whole bunch of stuff was going to happen. And if you notice now, there's a hurricane headed towards Russia. Like, right now. It's headed towards Russia. I wonder what happens when the hurricanes do hit Russia. I wonder how much they'll stand. Because if you start working about your infrastructure a whole bunch, you're not worried about environmental changes. And when people come up to you screaming and saying environmental change is happening now, you're just like, oh my god, you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what's going on, that's bonkers, dude. And the most idealistic probability of a zombie actually showing up is extremely small, okay? It's extremely small. Like a parasite and or a virus that hooks onto your neurological pathways to be able to give you motion, or not to give you motion, but to take motion from you and use it for its own self-gaining, that's extremely small. But if you're not worried about the small shit, if you're not worried about the things that could barely happen, then you're not worried about the bullshit that actually could happen every single day. And you're just waiting for it to fucking make you feel like, oh my god, everything's so divided and shit. What's going on? Oh my god. Like, it's fucking annoying. It's stupid. It's like you're waiting to be appalled when you knew that shit would appall you, and now you're acting that way because it's just convenient for you and makes you forget about your work day and a whole bunch of other different things, and you're overworking yourself so much to the point where you don't believe anything anymore, and you don't believe anything anyone says, and you're just like, oh my god, I don't even. But think about that, okay? The smallest possible possibility, getting ready for that possibility, because the closer you get to those things mutating, or those viruses mutating and making themselves a part of other viruses and trying to work their way into what they believe society is, because they're jealous of society because they've gained some sort of consciousness or sentience, realize that it's pretty much a dead creature. Like, it's pretty much the remnants of what used to be. And like dragons and all that other different shit and all that other different stuff they used to talk about, huge dogs and monsters and creatures and stuff like that. The stuff they used to basically kill. It's that stuff. It's the remnants of what used to be. Life keeps going. The parasite is a part of something that was broken or maimed or completely and utterly torn apart by some sort of meteorite or some sort of thing. Just realize that. Like, realize the possibility. There were dinosaurs. Dinosaurs existed. It really happened. They found them. They didn't say, we put these bones here, guys. We didn't do this. They're not real. No, they're real. Okay, there's evidence that happened. So realize that. And realize the possibility of them ever even existing. Their possibility was like next to nothing. Completely next to nothing. So take zombies into consideration one day. And realize it's a catalyst to what people actually think and believe. And the reason why a whole bunch of people's ideas and imaginations go absolutely and utterly haywire, and they come up with the best ideas to be able to make someone who can't walk again, or because of a dude who creates a certain genre of filmmaking that they're just like, oh my god, that guy created this genre of filmmaking. The dude who made The Living Dead and a whole bunch of different films that basically wanted to create this ideal that thinking about the peculiar or the synapse, the tiny little like probability of something going wrong is the inspiration that we need to be able to create something completely and utterly mind-blowing. And I'm gonna murder some zombies. So that's what I get mad about. That's basically what I get mad about. And yeah, basically. And realizing that shooting in rib cages, basically. So that's what I get angry about most of the time. And that's where a lot of people don't realize that thinking about something imaginative and realizing that it's probably not possible. It's probably not possible at all. It's probably not even the thing that you really want to do. It's like the thing that you really want to get done. It's just not. Probably not the thing you want to actually do, but realize that if that gets done, or if that thing gets realized, or the notion of that at all gets realized whatsoever, then you come up with different ideas to be able to combat certain instances of autism and a whole bunch of different ways to be able to create different things that people actually want to be able to come up with, like different new freaking microchips that are not only quantum but freaking like the mixture of both, I guess. I don't know. Thinking about not only leaving something behind, but like, man, just realizing the next best thing and realizing your goal. That like it's realizable, you know? Like realizing that like, oh my god, I could be doing something today that just doesn't like. I realize different things that go on, and that's what makes me angry. Like, it makes me angry so fucking hardcore when people don't realize certain things that they could be doing. And, like, I mean, not even stuff that I come up with or anything like that. I'm not saying that, just like inspiration makes you feel like you're better off with, yeah. Trip mine up. Let's do it. Okay, I gotta wait for the big area. Okay, over and over. Alright. There we go. One ear out the other. Oh my god, that was awesome. That's what I get angry about. And the reason why I don't go outside a lot. Because if I get angry about every single little thing towards every single person, then they'll treat me like I'm a fucking retard or an asshole. I know what retard means. It means stupid. Stupid with knowledge of being stupid. That's what retarded means to me. That's what retarded means to me. Anyway. So, let's see. It's the group up. God damn it. Place dynamite to detonate it. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for telling me that tip right after I was... And I have 89 bullets left. Let's check around for some supplies. This is getting kind of more strategic right now, so I'm really happy about it. And I'm at an hour and 30 minutes, and I did not even know that I was going an hour and 30 minutes. There we go. Got him. Okay. Alright, cool. Shot. I'm really happy with that shot. Really good. Alright, let's see if I can go in here and get some bullets. Didn't even know there was any bullets right here. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so I have currently made my butt numb, so I am going to get up and walk around for a bit, take a break, and that's it, basically. Alright. Have a good day, and I'm going to take a break for like 5 minutes, so I'll keep it running though. I want to come back to this, because I love this game. It's awesome. So awesome. Him the kitty, get on my thing. Get on my thing, kitty. No. Ah. Moved him. Alright, other than this stuff I get frustrated about. Oh, Bo. You wanna come in? Come on. Let's go. So the kitty and the doggy are in here. Mr. Meeseeks and Senior Bo. Alright. See if we can stop them from chewing on things and at the same time get some headshots. Alright. Most things I get frustrated about, the more I get frustrated about them, the more I get frustrated about them, the more I realize that that I shouldn't be frustrated about them, because people will come to their own conclusions in time. I shouldn't be worried about every single person's conclusions to the human condition. Most of the time I'm not even thinking about it, but it's basically the thing that drives me. And, quit, kitty! Stop messing with my stuff. Quit! Stop it. Get the kitty out. Most of the time when I, and they're resurrected also. To realize that they're resurrected sometimes. Okay, they're going towards, I'm gonna get right here. I'm gonna get them to come towards me. There we go, towards this thing. Towards this thing. But there was a shut up, Bo. Please. Most of the time I realize that that it's all just like for naught, basically. But awesome. So clear the area. Oh, he's resurrecting. Alright, there we go. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Alright, there we go. Oh, he just resurrected himself, dude. Little bitch. Oh man. Shot him in the neck. It's pretty tight. Alright, man, just learning the day and it's gone when I learn it. Learn today. Man, I gotta stop thinking about all that stuff sometimes. But it's hard to not think about it whenever you're in the middle of something and you're eating a sandwich with roast beef and ham on it. Oh my gosh. I'm not a foodist, but I do enjoy vegan food as well. But there's no lettuce in the refrigerator right now. And that is partly my fault. I really wish you could open doors, but you can't open doors for some reason. Hey, where's my water? Oh, there it is. So yeah, basically that. I feel like I have dirt on my face. I'm got that dirtiness on my face. But yeah, basically I try to learn sometimes, but it just, I don't know, I guess it's media that kind of fuels that rage, I guess. Because there are people out there that just like, and not just like people out there, but it's more like there's media out there that portrays certain people to be certain kinds of dumb, and it's just, I get annoyed too with that. It's just annoying. It's like the liberals, or the leftists, or the rightists, or full right, alt-right, bro. No, it's stupid. Shut up. It's dumb. Be more accepting of different people and their opinions, and you'll realize that the world can be amazing. And if you're accepting of their opinions and things like that, then eventually they won't want to kill you, because they'll realize how cool of a person you are. And even if after that they still want to kill you, you'll be able to have the upper hand, because they'll still think you think some things about them that are good. If you don't tell them. Okay, I just got ammo for it. That's cool. Alright, I got stuff now. I'm ready. I think at least. Another bite of my sandwich before I get out of the safe room. And I have a very good idea. And this was also a good idea. A little bit of water. Alright. Oh, damn. Oh, this little fucker's good. There he is. Got him. He farted. Okay. basically. They're all coming over. This is fun. Try to set up some shots, but that's a good wait. Give me the mine. Trying to get him away from the mine. And we also eating Doritos because I love junk food. That's fucking delicious. Don't tell me otherwise. Let me see if I use that for emergency. There have been a lot of times I get frustrated about stuff. I try not to let it get to me, but it gets to me, so there's that. People dying in other countries for no reason, the government not helping them because they didn't plan for it, because they never planned for it. They're constantly met with a whole bunch of different stuff, and that's also the reason why I refuse to protest sometimes, because the government has enough on their hands a lot of times, or whatever government is around. If they're focused on suppressing my dumbass, I think the less help they can do sometimes. But if one place is overrun with a whole bunch of people who are working for the government, then that means there's less people working on the things that actually need to be done. But only in those ways do I ever agree with anything that socialists do, I guess. I really think it should be seamless. I think that everything should be seamless. I think that the more people are having a problem, the more they need to... I'm getting the car 98, and it's going to be great. Let's see here. I have everything I need. Yes. From the church. Landmine. This right here. Around him. Just blocked it from my sight. Alright. Oh, shady bitches. Oh, that's all there were. Take another bite of my sandwich. Man. Chipper. Alright, this is fun. And keep on going. Restart from checkpoint. Alright, time to set up. Trip mine. Okay. Is there anything else? Defending a Nazi church. Actually, it's not really a Nazi church. It's more like a Nazi overrun church, I guess. Down mines after that, so alright, just start a checkpoint. Don't mind. Oh, fucking shit. I didn't even know, man. Dynamite. It's big. It's a big explosion. This is therapeutic for me. Not learning how to shoot things. But this isn't teaching me how to shoot things. This is a controller. I'm just pulling down a trigger. If anything, it'll get me carpal tunnel. But it's helped me focus my energies and focus my thoughts. Help me focus whatever I'm doing, however I'm doing it. Focus, basically. Just focus more. And be able to come up with different things that I actually believe in, and come up with, like, different thoughts that are below the surface that just need to be talked about sometimes. Also, too, I come up with, like, uncomfortable things sometimes. I do so many different things to embarrass people. But, I mean, I shouldn't, I guess. But I just do that to my younger brother and my older sister sometimes. Probably should stop that, I guess. But, you know what, I'm gonna stop here. But, it was really good. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to do this stuff. Makes me feel better. And, I can see myself and all that other different stuff, and it just feels good to be able to do this stuff. What? Alright, have a good day. And you are your own personal one-person bomb squad. You can defuse situations that happen. You are the reason for the good. You are the reason for the bad. Not all bad, obviously. I mean, take responsibility today and defuse situations all the time, you know? Don't just try to be a part of a situation. Don't just see where you fit in the situation, because if you don't realize that, how's it going, viewer? If you would like to message me, you can. I'm getting ready to go out, but it was nice talking, and if you want to message me, you can. I already said that. Whatever. Alright, be yourself, and I got a lot of headshots. 70 headshots. That's pretty good. And just in this one mission, I think it was, at least. I got 69. Nah, it's funny. Have a good day.